What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a good day. If you're new here, hi. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you guys are loving true crime, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button because that's what I'm going to be covering on this channel. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. The second video is just as nerve-wracking as the first. But anyways, guys, if you guys love this video, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and let's go ahead and talk about this case. So I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Today's case is frustrating. So today's case is about a woman and her boyfriend going on vacation together, but the woman never returns. Whenever she doesn't return and they reach out to her boyfriend, he claims that he barely knew her, and to this day, it's still unsolved. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Patti Adkins was a 29-year-old single mother of her 7-year-old daughter, McKaylee. They lived in Marysville, Ohio, which has a population of about 25,000 people. Patti was described as someone who was fun and loving, and she loved her life and she loved her daughter. She worked at the local Honda plant as a shift supervisor. She had worked there for about 10 years and was getting ready to get promoted right before she went missing. Patti was a single mom, but she had been dating a coworker of hers off and on for years. Unfortunately, since the circumstances of this case is so sketchy, his name has never been released to the public, so I'm just going to refer to him as boyfriend. Patti and this man worked on the same line as each other. They would often play cards and eat lunch together. One of her friends could really tell that they were starting to get closer. Patti would often talk to her family about how much she liked him and how she wanted to be with him, but there was one problem.
He was married.
She often would tell her family that he was planning to leave his wife for her. The only thing is that he was nervous to get a divorce because him and his wife had a business together. So he was nervous he was going to lose it all. This man somehow convinced Patti that if she would help him pay out his half of the business, that they could be together. And Patti loved this man. She would do anything for him, so that's exactly what she did. She had given him around $90,000 in cash over the years. She had used all of the money in her savings account and anything that she had earned for her 401k fund and gave it to him. Patti's sister claimed that right before she went missing, Patti actually confronted him about how he needed to start paying it back. Patti had told her sister that the two planned on going on a little vacation together. They planned to be gone for about a week. She told her that her boyfriend claimed that they had a cabin in a remote area in Canada. He told her that since they were going to be in a remote area, that they wouldn't have any phone service, so she wouldn't be able to contact anyone.
Sketchy.
He also told Patti not to pack anything because they would just buy everything when they got there.
Again, sketchy.
Anyways, Patti was super excited about this. She was finally going to get some alone time with her lover, and she was super thrilled about it. She even told her sister, word for word, "I trust him. He would never harm a hair on my head." On June 29, 2001, Patti asked a friend to take her to work. That way she could just leave right after work with her boyfriend. One thing that really caught her friend's attention is Patti said that she would have to hide in the bed of his pickup truck. That way no one saw them together. She mentioned that he needed to give a friend a ride home, so he told her to hide in the back until that friend was dropped off. Patti clocked out 19 seconds after midnight, ran out of the building, hopped in the back of his car, and that was the last time that anyone saw Patti. Her family knew that she was going to be on vacation, and she had already told them that she wasn't going to be able to reach out because she wouldn't have service, so they weren't really that worried about her when they didn't hear from her. She was supposed to show up to a family barbecue the day after she arrived home from the vacation, but she never made it, which initially is what made her sister fear the worst. Her sister started worrying so much she actually called the boyfriend's house, which was super sketchy because, again, he was married and no one really knew about this affair. Of course, his wife answered the first time, and all she did was ask for him, and she was like, "Oh, he's not here," so they hung up. Her sister actually called him a second time, and he answered this time, and you will not believe what this dude said. When she asked where Patti was, he denied even knowing her. And as the conversation went on and she kept explaining, who Patti was, he was like, "Oh, Patti." Like, he had no clue who she was. So her sister went to her house, and everything was undisturbed and left exactly where she left it. Her car was still parked in the garage, and everything seemed in place. On July 8th, she reported Patti missing, and at 3 a.m., she called him again and flat out asked him, "Did you kill my sister?" The sister ended up telling his wife everything, and surprisingly, they were really calm. I'm just saying, if someone called me and was like, "Yo, your husband might have killed my sister because they're having an affair and she's missing," I would not be calm. I'm just saying. Since Patti was missing, there was a ton of rumors floating around work. People started coming forward claiming that they knew about the relationship or they could tell that there was something going on. A lot of people said it was very clear that there was something more, which made his claim of not knowing her false. Once the police were involved, they heard about this vacation they were supposed to go on and started questioning him. And again, You won't believe what this man said. He again claimed that he hardly knew Patti. He said that there wasn't an affair going on and they definitely didn't go on vacation together. The police asked him about the night of June 29th where they both worked the night shift and both got off at midnight. Of course, he had an alibi. He told the police that him and a friend left the plant together. They drove 30 miles in the direction of their home, stopped at a Burger King to get some food. He said that they were in line for about 45 minutes getting their food and then they ate. He dropped his friend off and then went home.
Cases like this get me worked up. Anyway.
I want to go back and kind of talk about what Patti told her friend on the day that she went missing. She had told her friend that he already had plans to take a friend home and that he was the one who told her to hide in the bed of his truck. Could this be key evidence? Could this be him trying to make an alibi for himself? Anyways, back to the boyfriend's alibi. The boyfriend's wife backed up his story and said that he came home around 2:30 a.m., which is pretty normal for him. She also said that she wasn't aware of any affair going on, which, duh, you weren't aware of an affair going on because if you were aware of it, it's not really an affair.
Anyways.
The manager of the Burger King actually came forward and claimed that there was absolutely no way that they waited 45 minutes in line at that time. He said that there is absolutely no way because they're never busy at that time. It was past midnight. Even though the manager did come forward, the boyfriend and the friend that he took home still stand exactly by their statement saying that they waited 45 minutes in line. The boyfriend did give the police permission to search his truck and his home. The truck that he drove when Patti went missing, he didn't really drive very often. When the police were conducting their search, they found a brand new truck bed cover in his garage. He bought the truck bed cover on the 26th and conveniently put it on the day that Patti went missing. He claimed to use it to cover up some of his fishing gear, and then he also removed it on July 8th, which, if you remember, that's the day that Patti's sister reported her missing. The police then took the cover in for analysis, and on the cover they found cat hairs and some small spots of blood. The spots of blood were too small to get DNA, however, Patti's veterinarian confirmed that the cat hairs were Patti's cats. That would confirm that Patti did actually hop in the back of his truck, like she claimed she was going to do. When the police searched his home, they found a ton of gifts that Patti had given him that contradicts his story of how he barely knew her. Patti did confirm one of these gifts because she was actually with her sister when she bought a t-shirt for him. When they asked the boyfriend's wife about where this t-shirt came from, she had really no idea. The man took a polygraph test and failed it miserably. I mean, polygraphs don't really mean too much, but it does show some line of deception, so after all of this happened, the boyfriend quit his job and never returned back. This case is so interesting, it just sucks because there's not a ton of information that I can actually look up and find other than news articles because they're not releasing the man's name. There has been absolutely no activity in any of Patti's belongings. Her credit cards haven't been used, her phone hasn't been used. Patti was declared dead in 2006 and this case is still unsolved. That wraps up today's case. I would really love to get your guys' opinions in the comments. What do you think could have happened? Do you think that maybe she could have been abducted outside of her work? Or do you think that this boyfriend really had something to do with it? My personal opinion is I feel like everything points to the boyfriend, but it just sucks because you can't really get any idea of who this man is because we don't know. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time.